Buonasera, mi chiamo Giuseppe Di Lea. Benvenuti alla presentazione, si chiama Pani e Cipolle. Good evening, my name is Joe Di Lea. Welcome to this evening's performance of Bread and Onions, written and performed by Joey Giambra. Bread and Onions is the story of a neighborhood and its colorful characters as seen through the eyes of a young Joey. That neighborhood doesn't exist anymore. Gone are the street peddlers, the chicken markets, the corner stores, the tenements, and many of the friends we left behind. Tonight, Joey's going to bring us back to that neighborhood that we all love so well. As a young boy, Joey attended school number 2 on the lower terrace. It was in a neighborhood populated by tenement buildings and commercial buildings. Each day as he walked to school, he passed a 4-story building located at the corner of Terrace and Genesee Street. The first floor of that building housed Andy's Cafe. Above it were many railroad flats. Andy's was noted for its fine Italian food, and the host of Damon Runyon characters that hung around the place. I know that building well. You see, I lived on the 4th floor in a 4-room flat. Like all the other flats in the building, we had no hot water, no bathtub, and not a furnace to keep us warm. Many of the tenants shared a common toilet, not unusual at that time in that place. So tonight, sit back as we take this trip with Joe, back to that old neighborhood we love so well, the Lower West Side.
Biting willful wind brings sweeping layers of lake snow. In front of a door, a stray dog covered with ice sweetly barks and is no more. Walking somberly to the barber shop in the yellow brick Gugino building on Court Street, we wave to Mr. Trickley. His barber pole is turning. In his shop, a lighted bulb hanging from the ceiling. Shadows flickering, ever so stark. He stokes his hot pot-belly stove. Like memories, yesterday's ashes he scatters over the slippery walk. Suddenly, the wind inhales the ashes to its center. They blend with flakes of erratic snow that fall blindly to light the dark. We balk, as from nowhere, a man-child we call Little Joe appears. He wears a mackinaw, shoes from which protrude bunions. He's short, grotesque, crooked teeth, fangs, shades of dead grass, a godly shame. His eyes bulge, the sham of life they dread. Of baseball players he speaks while eating onions and bread. His body is topped by a cap and a small head. His ears are covered by the little muffs. Baseball stats he's verbalized and fantasized for years. He says he knows the future, but not your name. Loving Jody, my Joe, was his claim to fame. He continues to fantasize. His piercing voice singes a verbal non-stop staccato flame, jarring the magic of the snow. Then he asks me if I know Frank the Quaker, the cook at Andy's Cafe. Yes, I say. Quietly we walk. He shouts, Dante, and bites his bread and onion, this purgatorial Italian from Dante and Runyon who talks and talks as he walks, always looking, always aware. He sees St. Anthony's Church. Bergen, Little Joe says, Muddy Cabrini played there. We approach an old building on the lower terrace near West Genesee Street, near the waterfront. Andy's Cafe. Little Joe scrapes ice from Andy's curtain-draped window. He shouts, I see him, come here. We look through the window of frozen glass to see Frank the Quaker a one-time Busty Avenue dead-end kid. His hair shines under the dining room light, a cook, away from his kitchen. He's talking to a lady, the essence of class, a holder of influence, of civic position. In the dining room, the blue bloods, the blondes, they were there. The elite, no matter the weight, from the cotillions, from cafe society they came. The debutantes, sweet, so lovely. Never alone, their dates, the hangers-on, the occasional owner to dine, to listen, to absorb the Sicilian, to see fabled legends, and to hear legendary fables. They come in fat Sam, the waiter sets their tables, and on them he waits. They come in parties of 1, 2, 3, 6, and sometimes 8, and sometimes only 4. But whatever the numbers from the bar, which is a different bar, Andy, the owner, a cunning man, white apron, shirt and tie, would always ask, "How many of yous there are?" A few men enter, some from afar. Joe Shoes out the bellow, Joe Fino, Paul Trent, the traveling troubadour in his guitar, and Don Perot, who goes nowhere without his Borsellino. On bar stools they sit, drinking whiskey at the table with the Costa Azul making vino. Andy peers through the window. He sees us and opens the door to let us in. We inhale the compelling aroma, tomato sauce, fried meat, provolone and melted on black olives and roasted peppers. Ah, the place was warm, well heated. We followed Andy to the kitchen. In an alcove where a Christmas party would ensue, expensively tailored men wait to be seen. There would be food on every table, authentic on every plate. A young man, thin, steel blue eyes, and wearing a tuxedo and shiny black shoes, spoke. "Merry Christmas, little Joe," he said. Little Joe, over the sound of ice in glasses filled with booze, responded in kind, adding, "Okey doke." In the kitchen, the Quaker plated a salad, freshly tossed. He gave us cloth napkins, warm, crusted garlic bread, forks, balls of meat, and sausage in steaming sauce. The sausage was hot, the meatballs sweet. Little Joe smiled from ear to ear. He spoke of Cincinnati's Johnny Vandermeer, the no-hitters, the Red the Complete. And then of the Quaker he asked, "Did the baseball umpire, Van Mungo Lingo, ever play bingo?" "Stop," the Quaker says. "His name is Van Lingo Mungo." Little Joe, perplexed, says, "No." Quaker frowned and said, "The both of yous finish eating. Bring me the dish and leave. And if you don't believe it,